We're at the cottage at the lake, and what a beautiful afternoon to start doing our edging. We've already assembled our Afghan motifs. So why don't we get started with the outer borders? Well, we're ready to begin the edging. We're going to insert our hook under the top 2 loops of any of the double crochets along the edge, and we're going to pull up a loop. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3, using both the feeder yarn and also the yarn tail. Then we're going to pull it through just like we've done throughout the Afghan. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to put a double crochet in each one of the double crochets that sits in this block. So, our chain 3 at the beginning, right here, counts as the first double crochet. That's 1, 2, 3. Now over the space we're going to chain 1 to form another space, and then we're going to work 3 more over the next block. So that's 1 double crochet in each of the stitches. Now we chain 1 to form another space and work. When we get to this join between the 2 motifs, we're going to work the first with a double crochet in each of the double crochets. We're going to pretend this is a space. So we're going to do a chain 1, and then we're going to jump over here to the first block on the next square. And work 1 double crochet, 2 double crochets, and 3 double crochets on top of each of the stitches. There you go. So you see how that spans the blocks. And we're going to continue in the same fashion, working 1 double crochet in each double crochet, and over the side spaces we're going to put 1 chain. So that's 3 double crochets over 3 double crochets, chain 1 for the space, and we're going to repeat this. Now I'm going to just work a little bit further so I can show you how to turn the corners. Now we're working into the last block of the side. So we're going to work 1 double crochet in the first double crochet, 1 double crochet in the second double crochet, another in the third double crochet. So it's just like we did a block, but in the corner we're going to work 2 double crochets, chain 2, turn the corner, and 2 double crochets into that corner space. And then 1 double crochet in each, and this happens to be our chain up, so it's kind of tight, so we'll just squeeze it in here. 1 double crochet in each of the double crochets along this side. So let's do a chain 1 space, and let's do 1 more block, just so we can see. Okay, so on this corner, it appears to have 5 double crochets, chain 2, and then 5 double crochets. And that's perfectly fine. That's how we do the first row of edging. Now, I'm going to have you continue the same way around the entire Afghan, and I'll show you how to go to the next rows. All right, so we're going on to the next round. We put the first round of the green on to make sure that we had 2 double rows so it matches here. You can go further with the green if you want, but you have to follow these guidelines. This is row 2 of the outer border. and we added with a chain just like we've been working, and we've worked 1 double crochet in the top of each of the 3 double crochets in the cluster or in the block, and then a chain 1 in between for a side space. And we continued in this manner all the way along the edge. There's nothing special or anything different about this round than the first round, except the corner. And so let's look at the corner closely. Okay, when we reach the corner, the first row of the border left us with 5 double crochets all in a row. 3 for the last block and 2 for the corner space. So we're going to deal with it a little bit differently. At this point, we've just done our chain 1 to cover for this space, and we're going to work 1 double crochet in each of the next 3. There's our third. Now normally we would chain 1, and that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to chain 1 and skip this one, and we're going to then work 1 double crochet in the last double crochet of that side, and then 2 double crochets in the corner space. So that completes the block on this side, and then we do 2 chains to make the corner space for the next round. And coming on this side, we're going to work in a similar way because we have 5 double crochets in a row. We're going to work 2 double crochets in the corner space, then 1 double crochet in the first double crochet on this side, chain 1, skip 1, and then 1 double crochet in each of the next 3 double crochets. Now, isn't that convenient how that works out? And we're going to do a chain 1 for the side space, and then we're going to continue to work 1 double crochet in each of the stitches along this side. So let's look at it again. We go into the corner and we work 3 double crochets to form a block. We chain 1 to form the space, skip this double crochet, and then work 1 double crochet in the last double crochet of the previous round. Then we work 2 double crochets in the corner space, which makes and completes the last block on this side. Chain 2 for the corner space, and then 2 double crochets in the corner space of the round below, and then 1 double crochet in the first one to create the first block on this side. Chain 1, skip this double crochet, and then it's just the same old, which is a double crochet in each of the next 3 double crochets to form the next block, and you'll proceed all the way around. Now there are only 2 pattern rows in this outside border. So what I'm going to ask you to do is, we've already done the first row. Now the second row, if you notice, has complete blocks. That's exactly as if it was the same as a corner on a square. So technically you only have row 1 of the outer border and row 2 of the outer border. And you would keep going and building, just alternating them. Go row 1, go row 2, row 1, 2, 1. And so what we're going to do is, we've already done 1 green here. We're going to do a purple row, a pink row, and then 2 more green rows. On this particular pattern, you can keep going as far as you want, but you always have to complete using row 1, because that sets you up for the very final scalloped edging. Okay, I'll meet you up when we've completed those next couple of rows. Well, today we're going to put the final edging on. As you noticed from our last meeting, we added multiple rows to our border, alternating row 1, row 2, row 1, row 2, and ending after row 1. You can tell it's row 1 of the edging because there are 5 double crochets in a sequence right at the corner. We have just slip stitched to the top of the chain up at the beginning of the round. Now I'm going to return my hook into the space just before that and pull up a loop and pull through as a slip stitch to lock it down. Now we're starting our next round. We're going to yarn over and we're going to place 5 half double crochets in the center double crochet of the first block. So we yarn over, insert our hook into the loops at the top, pull up a loop and pull through all 3. Yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through all 3. That's a half double crochet. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we're going to go to the next space and slip stitch into that space. That ties down our arch. And let's go a little bit further and I'll show you what we're doing. So we've slip stitched in this space, so now we're going to skip this double crochet and work 5 half double crochets into the next double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go to the next space between the blocks and slip stitch into that space. Now we're going to continue going along this side, but the reason I selected doing a scallop, this is a modified scallop edge. It's a half double crochet scalloped edge. The reason I'm doing a half double crochet scalloped edge is because it mimics the roundness of and accents the roundness of each of the petals on the flowers. So that is one of the reasons I selected this particular border. You can do other borders if you'd like, but this one just is so consistent with the roundness and the petals. I think it just accentuates them. And so we're going to proceed on. This is 4, 5, and slip stitch down. Now, when we get to the corner, I'll rejoin you because that's special handling there. So I saved the last corner for you to show you how to make the turn in the edging. Of course, we do a slip stitch in the space, and then we're going to work 5 half double crochets into the center double crochet on this block. Just as we did all the way around this Afghan. Then we're going to slip stitch into the next space, and we're going to skip 1 double crochet because we have 5 double crochets set up right in a row. So we are going to skip 1 double crochet and work 5 half double crochets into the center into the second double crochet. Then we skip the 3rd one. And normally this would become a space. So we're just going to slip stitch into that 4th double crochet on this set and then work 9 half double crochets into the corner space of the Afghan. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Okay, now we've done that. We're going to skip on the next side. We have the 5 double crochets, and we are going to skip the first one and slip stitch into the second one. Then we're going to skip the 3rd one and do 5 double crochet, half double crochets into the 4th one. And then we're going to skip to the space and do a slip stitch. Now let's look at that corner. That makes such a beautiful turn in that corner. And so we just have a little bit more to go and we are done. Okay, we're on the final one. We did our slip stitch. We're doing our 5 half double crochets into the center double crochet of the 3 double crochet block. And the last thing we do is we slip stitch at the very beginning to the slip stitch at the very beginning. Well, we've just finished it. Isn't it a delight to see the whole Afghan finished? I always get excited when I'm putting that final edging on. And the edging is a nice scalloped edge to repeat the patterns of the flowers, the shape of the flower petals. Well, thank you very much for staying with me through this whole project, and I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching. If you like what you see, please click my picture to subscribe. Happy crocheting!